Aloha! Welcome to the Zen Tiki Lounge Test Kitchen. This is episode 3 of Tiki Drink How To. I'm Sunshine Tiki. We're going to make two things this time. We're going to make a cocktail, which is the Painkiller, a great tiki drink. I call it a dessert drink because it's nice and sweet, but they call it a painkiller for a reason. And we're going to make some pineapple mint water. So we've got something non-alcoholic to drink between drinks, and then we've got a nice stiff tiki drink. What you need for that is fresh squeezed OJ. You really do need to use fresh squeezed. You need pineapple for the garnish on this drink, but you could also juice it. If you don't want to juice it, go ahead and get canned pineapple juice. Just make sure it's not from concentrate. You need a British dark rum like this one, a navy rum. Pusser's is the traditional rum that you want to use with the Painkiller. And then you also need some coconut cream. I've just put this into a secondary container. I do like Coco Lopez. It is my favorite. It's got a nice sweetness to it, and it doesn't have as many of the preservatives some of the other coconut creams do. And then you need mint and pineapple for the pineapple mint water, and then just a pitcher to put that in. So let's go ahead and start on the pineapple mint water first. So starting with the pineapple, you want to go ahead and lay it down on a cutting board, and again, use a cutting board that you do not use for onions and vegetables. That's a good thing to remember. And a ripe pineapple has still got green and yellow different colorations here. It should not have turned brown on the outside. That's a pineapple that's overripe, and it's not really going to get any sweeter, but it is going to get mushy. You want to go ahead and take the top off, so keep your hand away from the blade and just go down. It's really easy to cut a pineapple if you haven't cut one. It doesn't even matter if it's all that straight. So here's where I tell you not to waste the top of the pineapple. You can use it as a garnish on a centerpiece. Just put the whole thing down on a platter, arrange fresh fruit or something else around it. But you're also going to use the spears, and they really do pop right out, just like that. And then you can fan them. You can use a single spear as a garnish on a cocktail by skewering that through another piece of lime or pineapple. But don't waste this, both for a platter and for a cocktail. After you've cut the top off, you take the spines, leave them over there, cut the bottom off as well. Now you've got a pineapple that sits flat on both sides, which is kind of convenient. So you need chunks for the pineapple mint water, but you also need the wedges for the garnish. And so simply, again, keep your hands away. Make them nice and thick, about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch thick. You've got a wheel here, and then you just cut that in half, and then you can cut that in quarters. And then you can do a bunch of these ahead. Real simple, just right in the middle, go about halfway through and make a mark there, and that's what goes on to the rim of your drink. It makes it really easy, and then you can spear other things into this as well. So that'll be for the garnish. And then for the pineapple mint water, you just want to take the outside off the pineapple, leaving as much of the fruit as possible. So then you have just the meat really left. Go ahead and cut the pineapple in half. I like to cut it in half again. And then I pull this apart, and then right down the center is that bit of cord that I don't want. And now I can pretty much do anything I want with the rest of this. I can just cut it in small chunks, like I'm going to. This is how I'd use it for fruit salad or anything else, or just put these chunks directly into the pineapple mint water that we're about to make. So you've got your pieces for your garnish, and you've got your pieces for your mint water. Here's some fresh mint. The simplest of all herbs to keep year-long. You can keep it in a pot, bring it in the winter when it's too cold outside, put it in a sunny window. Go ahead and cut off about 2 to 3 inch pieces of mint, and you're going to want a good handful of this. And I want to show you something. When you cut your mint, to make sure that it grows correctly, you want to take a look at it, and you'll notice that there are 2 little leaves here that are starting to pop up above the larger leaves. And if you cut it just above those 2 little leaves, your mint will then grow and sprout out further from there, instead of getting those long trailers that grow off into your garden. And then you have a nice tight mint bush like this, instead of one that's kind of sprawled off to the sides. Once you take that handful of mint that you've cut fresh, you're going to just kind of ball it up in your hand. Just kind of move it or crunch it around a little bit. You don't want to tear the leaves, you just want to bruise them. I can already smell this, so you know you're doing it right. And this is going to go in the mint water. We've already got the pineapple chunks in a pitcher of water, and then we're just going to go ahead and put the mint in. Take a nice wooden spoon, bamboo is good. Mix it around, and then all you have to do is put this in the refrigerator, make sure that it chills. You really want it to be in there about an hour at minimum. Now before you serve it, You can give it another stir, get everything mixed around, and you can, if you want to, you can remove the mint, maybe leave just a few pieces in, just so that people obviously know that it's mint water. But sometimes the mint will turn brown after it's in there for a little while, so I like to take it out and just add a few fresh leaves, and then I've got pineapple mint water. So now it's time for the painkiller. We've got everything measured out here in a shaker that's nice and filled with ice. 1 ounce of OJ, 1 ounce of the coconut cream. That does take a little bit to pour in there, but you want to make sure that you get it all. We'll pretend that I did. 4 ounces of pineapple juice, so there's 2, and another 2. 2.5 ounces of the dark rum. You want to shake this real nice with plenty of ice. And you're going to pour this unstrained right into your tiki mug. And then we're going to go ahead and take that pineapple that we already have there. We're going to put a nice straw in there. And we have a painkiller made with fresh squeezed OJ. I feel like the pain is gone already. So here's all that we did today. Pineapple mint water and the painkiller. I remembered to put the pineapple spears in there as an extra garnish. You can take something like pineapple mint water and actually add a splash of it to a drink like this, which is a bit sweeter, a bit thicker with the coconut cream and such. And some people like that, and that actually just complements the flavor, and just stir that around with a straw. So 2 simple things here that we did in the Zen Tiki Lounge Test Kitchen. I hope that you'll subscribe to our channel on YouTube so that you can get all of our videos. You can subscribe to the podcast that we do each week on iTunes or the RSS feed of your choice. Just look here on the screen and you'll see all the ways that you can get a hold of us. Thanks again for joining us. Cheers and mahalo.